All good?
Five.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody here and at home. It is January 23rd at 7 p.m. This is the combined mayor and council work and regular session. Linda, will you please call the meeting to order and read the Open Public Meetings Act announcement?
In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, the notice requirements have been satisfied. The meeting dates for the year are confirmed that the annual meeting are posted on the public bulletin board in the municipal building and on the borough website, published in the record within the first 10 days of the new year, and copies are sent to the Ridgewood News and Star Ledger. Notice of this meeting by the January 13, 2025 Sunshine Notice was sent to the record, the Ridgewood News and Star Ledger, and has been posted on the public bulletin board in the municipal building and borough website.
Roll call.
Councilman Yakarino.
Here.
Councilman O'Toole.
Here.
Councilwoman Homan.
Here.
Councilwoman Lovasolo.
Here.
Councilman Delavatio. Councilman O'Connell.
Here.
Mayor Wilzinski.
Here. Everybody, please rise to salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All righty. All right, first we're going to approve minutes, January 6th, our Synodiah and a reorg meeting. Do I have a motion
So moved.
to approve January 6th? So moved. Second, please.
Second.
Councilman Yakarino.
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole.
Yes.
Councilwoman Homan.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo.
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell.
Yes.
All righty. Now the fun begins. We get the honor of swearing in many members of our fire department officers. So ready to come on up? And anybody else who wants to come, you can.
Sorry.
Swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
And I will support the Constitution of the State
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
of the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the government established in the United States
and the government established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
with the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of,
all the duties of the
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Like recall us, I think a whole bunch. Thank you, everybody.
That was so the mayor. Amy? Amy, do you have the oath of office?
Yeah, I'll get to sign this. Yep. Please sign these before you leave.
If you can sign them, yeah, then I'll scan them and send them to.
Okay. Basically.
Yeah, Mark's crew is not here yet. Yeah. All right, Boy Scouts, you're up. Come on up. You two. Oh, no, you guys back there first, and then we'll do you. I'm sorry, I didn't know we had more than one Boy Scout. The ones who requested this special meeting for your presentation.
Sorry. I'm Joshua Vello. I'm Allendale resident. Previously I was here talking about my Eagle Scout project, but
Which
due
was a
to
great project.
thank you. But due to some complications, I have to change my project, and now it's changed to a presentation at the community center. It's for fire safety awareness. Preferably it would be happening on 2 days, April 5th and 6th. And April 5th, it's open to the general community. And then for the second day, I'd be hoping it's for mainly the special needs community.
So, what type of components of fire safety will you be explaining?
So the types of components I'll be talking about would be fire prevention in the own home, how to contain a fire in your own home, and some of the fire equipment that you can have in your own home, like fire extinguishers, smoke detectors, and carbon monoxide detectors. And I would also be talking about like an escape plan for your own homes.
Very nice. Okay, well, actually, I think sounds like a very nice project. Anybody have any questions or? My suggestion to you would be to make sure those dates are available.
Yeah, I've emailed on the borough website to Amanda Richards about it.
Perfect, yep.
Haven't heard back yet though.
Okay, yep, follow up because the community center is getting filled very quickly. And we had our ribbon cutting today, so
Yeah.
the floodgates are opening tomorrow.
All right.
Perfect, thank you. I think it's a
Thanks
great
so much.
project. Okay, do we have another Boy Scout that would like to come up? Oh, okay. Oh, you're separate.
Hi, my name is Jacob Avello. I'm presenting my Eagle Scout project as well. My project idea is to create a wall behind the newly installed fire pit at Crestwood Lake by the Red Barn. Currently, it stands alone, but I would like to add the wall a couple feet behind the fire pit as an informational and dedicational wall to the fire pit. It would describe why the fire pit was built and who built it, the purpose of why we burn flags to retire them. It would also have labeled 6 different logos for the 6 branches of the military, also dedicating it to them. And on the side closer to the pond, right behind the 9/11 memorial, would be a bench. That bench would be there for people who are older or veterans that are there witnessing one of the flag retirement ceremonies, and those who would just like to sit down and take in the sight of the fire pit.
Nice. How big is the wall going to be? How tall?
Currently, I'm not sure. I'm going to be in contact soon with an organization to get the stone bricks, and they're going to tell me if like this is a size amount. I'm hoping it would be around 5 feet tall.
So, it's, and bricks, did you say?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm assuming you need foundation?
Yes.
And put in, that's very nice. And the plaques that are gonna go on the wall, what are they gonna, what's your vision for those?
My vision for it to look like is the main plaque smack done in the middle of the wall, and kind of like 2 rows on the side of the plaque one here, and it's gonna have each logo of the branches of the military.
I love that part. Yeah.
And under each logo, it's gonna have established in 1920 or whenever the specific branch was created.
Nice, very nice. Okay. Our fire chief, any questions?
Don't have-
All right. Sounds like a really good idea. All right, super. Well, good luck with the council.
All right, thank you.
All righty.
Mayor, if I can add a second,
Please do.
they're in a bit of a time crunch. They do need the council's approval tonight for this.
So
they
you
can-
need like a straw poll vote?
So they can, push it to the scout council.
Okay. So I'd like to make a motion to approve the Avella Boy Scouts projects going forward. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. For the record, you're good to go. All right.
Yeah.
Do you like to come up? Do you have a presentation? Are you done? Oh, got you. Perfect. Okay. So we'll wait. Still want to wait? Okay, that's fine. No problem. All right, so we'll go over agenda review. We have some introduction of some ordinances. 2501 is our capital bond ordinance. So this one is going to encompass our concession stand and also some components of our dispatching system. We have ordinance 2502 introduction and 2503. These are both vehicles and traffic. One is to modify our ordinance so we can actually monitor and ticket people who are parking in our new community center. And the second one is a no parking for West Allendale Avenue. Maple, thank you. Okay, then we have our consent agenda, and actually our consent agenda is quite short. So we have some budget items on here. We also have our bill list. Did you have a chance to look over that?
Yeah.
All right, and then we actually have our community development representatives, which are me and Allison and Liz Holman. All right, so we're also going to have a closed session tonight. Our planner, Ed Snikes, is going to come, and he is going to be talking about the fair share housing. The fair share housing is something that we have been created a team with, have been working with probably since October to really get ahead of the game. So we received our numbers from the DCA in October, and they've been working very hard to analyze the calculations, and he's going to be explaining that in a closed session to the council. And if everybody approves, we'll come back to regular session and have that resolution to look over. All right. And that's pretty much it. Pardon? Yep. All right. Does anybody have, I'd like to open up the meeting to the public. If anybody has any questions on anything that is on the agenda, can you please come up and state your name? Agenda items only. I'll open up to the agenda items only. Anybody? Okay, not seeing. Bring it back. So I would like to introduce ordinance 25-01 for first reading. Linda, will you please read?
Ordinance 25-01, bond ordinance to authorize the making of various public improvements in, by, and for the Borough of Allendale in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $995,000 to pay the cost thereof, to make a down payment or fully fund an appropriation from the Capital Improvement Fund, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds.
Do I have a motion to approve ordinance 25-01?
So moved.
Second, please. Roll call.
Councilman Yakarino.
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole.
Yes.
Councilwoman Homan.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo.
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell.
Yes.
Ordinance 25-01 has been introduced upon first reading and will be published in the Wednesday, January 29 edition of the Record, and will be taken up for further consideration and final passage at the meeting of the Mayor and Council on Thursday, February 13th, 2025 at 7 p.m. or soon thereafter.
Thank you very much. I'd like to introduce ordinance 25-02. Please read the title, Linda.
Ordinance 25-02, an ordinance to amend, supplement, and revise Article 2, Section 252-9 of the Borough Code of Chapter 252 of the Borough of Allendale entitled Vehicles and Traffic.
Do I have a motion to approve ordinance 25-02?
So moved.
Second, please. Holman.
Councilman Yakarino?
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole?
Yes.
Councilwoman Homan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo?
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell?
Yes.
Ordinance 25-02 has been introduced upon first reading and will be published in the Wednesday, January 29 edition of the Record, and will be taken up for further consideration and final passage at the meeting of the Mayor and Council on Thursday, February 13, 2025 at 7 p.m. or soon thereafter.
Now, I'd like to introduce ordinance 25-03. Linda, please read.
Ordinance 25-03, an ordinance to amend, supplement, and revise the Code of the Borough of Allendale, Vehicles and Traffic, Chapter 252-9A.
Do I have a motion to approve 25-03?
So moved.
Second, please. Holman. Thank you. Roll call.
Councilman Yakarino.
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole.
Yes.
Councilwoman Homan.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo.
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ordinance 25-03 has been introduced upon first reading and will be published in the Wednesday, January 29 edition of the Record, and will be taken up for further consideration and final passage at the meeting of the Mayor and Council on Thursday, February 13, 2025 at 7 p.m. or soon thereafter.
Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second, please.
Second. Councilman Yakarino.
I will abstain on 2569, yes on the balance.
Councilman O'Toole.
Yes.
Councilwoman Homan.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo.
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, everybody. So we are going to go into our council report, and then hopefully that'll work out with the green team. Councilman Yakarino, can I have your report, please?
Certainly, Mayor. As you know, we have kicked off our concession stand project. As we stand now, the old structure has been fully demolished. And we had our first meeting with our internal team and the contractor for the project. We're working hard to ensure that deadlines are met and that we're providing a quality structure for Crestwood members and patrons alike. So more to come on that. This is the very beginning of the project, but we do know that the summer does come quick, and we made sure very politely that the contractor is aware of that. Further to that, we're beginning to plan for Crestwood 2025, organizing our policies and procedures, as well as lake operations, and also, of course, the fun part, summer entertainment, which I know many of you here enjoy our summer concert series. So we're hoping to have many new additions this year for that. Field 3 maintenance has started, but is currently paused due to sub-freezing temperatures. We'll be ready for opening day 2025, and as such, we'll continue to do some more field maintenance throughout the year and years to come as we start our new field maintenance program. And then finally, I did attend my first land use board meeting in almost 4 years last Wednesday, so I'm happy to be back on the land use board as well as the land use committee. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you very much. Councilman O'Toole.
Thank
If
you,
they
Mayor.
wanna-
Last week, the Public Safety Committee had the pleasure of attending the Ambulance Corps' annual installation dinner. As always, it was a wonderful time during which many members were recognized for their contributions both to the department and to the community at large. Also, as always, I ate far too much. The Public Safety Committee had our first meeting of the year last week with the Police Department command staff. 3 of our sergeants were able to attend. Andy was there, and the chiefs of the fire department and the ambulance corps. Some of the topics that we discussed were police department has begun interviewing potential hires, which will be advanced to the public safety for the next round of interviews in the next couple of weeks. Signs around town that for one reason or other have been out of service or sent out for repairs will be going back in place as the weather cooperates. Public Safety Committee is also evaluating options to address the parking-related issues downtown, including new signage directing visitors to the municipal lot to alleviate some of the parking. Other than that, our new police pickup truck has hit the road, and in my opinion, it looks pretty awesome.
Very spiffy.
It's sharp, right? The Public Safety Committee this past week had the pleasure to open negotiations with the PBA for their upcoming contract. The police department is currently working on renewing their accreditation status, which occurs every 3 years. Policy and procedures for the department are reviewed to ensure compliance with established practices, laws, and regulations. And finally, big congratulations to Officer John Rubino, aka Trip, who will be getting married on Saturday.
Congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Councilwoman Homan.
Hi, yes. So both the mayor and myself met with Veolia last week on many different issues. One of the things that I think is important for the public to continue to be aware of is that they are continuing to move forward in putting permanent PFAS treatment down at the New Street location. So that's good news. We currently have temporary treatment on West Crescent and down at New Street, but all of those wells will eventually be treated in a permanent fashion down on New Street. Additionally, as many people are aware, there's been a lot of digging on what is for the lead and copper rule, but looking at lead or galvanized lines for individuals in Allendale residences that are unknown, or if they happen to be known to be galvanized, because that is something that every resident has the opportunity to have checked and to actually have that both sides of the line changed. So that's something that will continue in Allendale. And then as far as sewer, we have continued to meet on many issues, and a developer in Saddle River did make a motion against us in trying to utilize our sewer line for wastewater that would be coming out of development that they are proposing in Saddle River. Our team has met under the guidance of Ray Wiss. A reply has been sent, and that will be in front of a judge on Tuesday. So we'll see how that continues. Certainly, again, for Allendale, our team is working very diligently to make sure that we protect the interests of Allendale while being as good of a neighbor as possible. And we also are moving forward on what repairs need to be done on the sewer system that's currently in Allendale. So lots of good work in water.
Lots of activity, committee. Thank you very much.
Oh, and lastly, I did want to say thank you to the Boy Scouts, and I'm super excited and impressed that we have young adults doing Eagle Scout projects, and seeing you here working with the Green Team. It's really, scouting is such an excellent opportunity to develop skills and be helpful in a community. So I can't thank you all enough for your continued involvement. So enjoy it, and thanks.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Councilwoman Lovasolo.
Thank you, Mayor. So the Finance, HR, Admin, and IT committee, it's all one committee. We met this week and to discuss our budget. And so it was our very first meeting. We're up and running with that under the leadership of our amazing CFO, Allison. So stay tuned for more information on that. We had our first Land Use Committee meeting this morning. We had a very full agenda, as it was our first meeting of the year. And I just want to thank Councilman Deloisio, who I think is stuck on a train trying to get here, for serving on the committee last year. And I want to welcome Councilman Tyler Yacarino to the committee this year. We are the other fun committee.
So I have two committees of fun now.
Exactly. So as we discuss residential and non-residential property issues at this committee meeting, certain topics arise that we just want to make sure our residents and business owners are aware of. And so while we're stuck in this Arctic weather currently, we would just like to remind our residents that you should not be shoveling your driveway and walkway snow into the street. And in addition, you're also responsible for making sure that the sidewalk that abuts your property is clear of snow and ice. And if you have any questions around this or anything, please reach out to me or to Mike Lee Matola, who's our property maintenance officer in our construction department. As we look forward to the warmer weather in a few months, we want to remind our eating establishments in town that would like to have outdoor dining that you are required to present an outdoor dining plan to the borough that shows the placement of your tables and chairs. No other items can be placed on the sidewalks outside of your restaurants without the approval of the borough. So if you plan on adding string lights or your own planters or signs or what have you, you must include that on your plan or seek permission separately before placing any items where they are currently not permitted. And also, we like to welcome new businesses to our wonderful borough. So this is also a reminder that all businesses now need to register yearly with our clerk's office, and new businesses are welcome to come before our land use board so that we can welcome you into our town. Our mayor and council love a good ribbon cutting ceremony. We just came from one at our wonderful new community center. So let us know when you're ready for us. We will come and Amy will bring her saber. And giant scissors. Yeah, we also encourage our businesses to review our Allendale code or reach out to our construction department if you plan on making any changes to your establishment. As always, feel free to reach out to me or members of the land use team with any questions. And also, just very quickly, we are going to, at an upcoming one of the February meetings, we are going to have our library coordinator come and speak to us about the updates from the library and what's going on. Remember when Patty Durso did that? Yeah. So Nancy's going to come and talk to us, but I wanted to just give a very quick.
Is that the next?
I'd like it to be the next one. So she wants to just kind of talk to you about all the improvements that the library is currently doing. See if I can find her email. And yeah, to come to that one. And looking forward, plans that they have going forward. They've done a lot of great stuff in the library. They've moved stuff around. So just a few highlights between now and when she comes and reports. For adults, there's still time to register for the Valentine Cookie Contest. Entries, oh, Matt, that's right up your alley. Entries will be judged on February 11th at 7 p.m. Everyone is invited to taste the cookies and to see who wins a prize. For kids, they are holding a Korean New Year program on January 29th. Come celebrate the year of the snake and make a paper craft depicting a traditional Korean rice cake soup. Nancy encourages people to come visit our new community showcase near the front of the library. Our first exhibit features the watercolor artwork of local artist and library volunteer Sarah Riley. Exhibits will be rotated monthly and feature artwork or collections of residents. And as always, a complete list of their programs is available on their website. And that is it.
Excellent. Thank you. Can we buy the painting?
I don't know. I don't know. It's a good question. We'll go check it out. Yeah.
Winners, I guess.
Yeah.
Councilman O'Connell.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll be quick. I'll continue keeping on top of the Eagle Scout projects in town, and I just want to say heartfelt thank you to the mayor and council, the Allendale Borough, and neighbors and friends for the flowers and the thoughts and prayers in our time of need. Thank you.
Everybody's okay. Okay, so now we have our staff reports. Our clerk, Linda Servino.
I have nothing to report, Mayor.
Righty.
I just wanted to add, Linda and Amanda did a great job at the rabies clinic on Saturday.
Thank you.
So my mother appreciated your kindness.
It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Okay, very nice. Chief of Police, Mike Dillon.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just quickly, thank you to Mayor and Council for their continued support and investment into the police department. We as a team have put the department on a great path to continued success. Lieutenant Griffith, Sergeant Helmer, and I had the pleasure of attending today's ribbon cutting at the community center. Congratulations to you on the opening of this valuable asset to the residents of Allen.
Super, thank you. And thank you for all your help that you have done and will be doing in the future. Our DPW Supervisor, Andy Agugliero.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, we survived our first snowstorm this year. For the record, our main roads were blocked before our communities were.
I love when I hear stories like
proud
that.
to hear that. Just to add what Councilman Lovasolo said earlier, just our residents, please be mindful about blowing or shoveling snow into the streets. During snowstorms, our DPW personnel work tirelessly and long hours to clear the streets for everybody's safety. So please just be aware of that. If you have a fire hydrant near your street or your house, adopt it. Become a hydrant hero. Clear the snow from it. We never know when the hydrant is going to be needed by our volunteer firefighters. And it would be a huge asset and a help if you could do that. We had 2 retirements this year already. No, it's early in the year. James Moritz and Richie McDowell. They were both integral parts of our DPW process. Jimmy was our equipment operator and took care of and maintained our compost facility year round. Richie was our lake commander and took care of getting Crestwood Lake opened every single year, and they'll both be missed. 2 more things. The DPW is still picking up Christmas trees through February 3rd. Right now we're on the west side. Starting Monday, we'll be on the east side. And lastly, I'm proud to say that the new roll-off has finally arrived. And again, want to say thank you to the mayor and council, our borough administrator, and our finance committee for allowing this to happen. So thank you
You're
very much.
very welcome.
And I will say with the roads, I was in Whitecroft Sunday afternoon, and from Whitecroft through Mawa, we have the best roads.
Thank you.
Andy, do we have an official tally of how much snow we got?
5 inches on the nose.
5 inches. Okay.
I did snow bet in class too on my validation. I got 5 inches.
Borough Attorney Ray West, your report, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Actually, a very busy couple of weeks on a lot of matters. In addition to some of the matters such as ordinances on tonight's agenda, TJ from my office has been working with the chief on a seeming litany of Oprah requests that the department is getting. And we try as best to comport with the law, but it really does inundate the department and slows down the work that they're really there to do. We've been working with Hampshire on some issues involving the community center in Vale and the easements between the borough and Vale. With Veolia, a bunch of things still going on. We're working on easement agreements with them. We need to focus again. I did send an email to the borough engineer earlier today on the diversion process again. We sort of set our informal end of January deadline, and we're only about a week away from the end of January. So I think we need to start working on that a little bit. As Councilman O'Toole mentioned, we first had negotiations with the PBA. I think it was a cordial first go round. We'll see what happens when we roll up our sleeves.
That's why I said we had the pleasure.
That's it.
The first week.
So far, so good.
It's gonna go great.
Councilwoman Holman mentioned we do have an ongoing litigation with a developer in Saddle River. Our submission was sent in earlier this week. Their reply is due tomorrow. We will be in court as of now on Tuesday afternoon. And a lot of complex issues involved there, including some aspects fair to what you referenced, our lower moderate income housing obligation being foremost. I guess under the upcoming good news, and I will preempt the mayor on this, is that tomorrow we're anticipating a check in settlement of the PK litigation. Long awaited, but it'll be nice to finally receive that. But that's it.
CFO will be very happy. All righty. I'll give my report now. We've had lots of great start to the new year. Pretty much met with every single committee, so I'm really looking forward to working with everybody going forward. I'm also looking forward to meeting with each of you individually, and we're going to create our goals and strategy again, and then they'll be presented to the public for their input. So look forward to that. I've already met with Allison Altano, our CFO and borough administrator. And we plan on meeting with every single borough employee and talk to them about their goals and anything that they need and want, support them in their work and how they can better serve our residents. I'm really happy that everybody is embracing teams. I think it's going to be great for all of our committees working more efficiently as well as keeping great records. And we're continuing to drive innovation. We have GovPilot as our enterprise system. And we're looking to put all of our land use on there. People get permits. So we just have, just much better record keeping. We had our community center ribbon cutting today. So thanks again for everybody involved. I'm not going to go through everybody's name again, but we do go live tomorrow. Just so people understand, the community center is open to Allendale residents. It's not open to any other town. It's just for us. It's all of our residents and our volunteer organizations. We are bucketing some times right now just to help with scheduling and just getting the feel for it. So we have buckets of times that are for open gyms for younger kids, older kids. We have a bucket of time for the pickleball and also for the community center space. That's not the only time the center is going to be open. It's going to be very, very active. The other times and spaces in between are for the residents if they want to come for a book club or play bridge or something like that. So we do have a state-of-the-art system where we're having, we give out codes, so we're working through that. Amanda Richards in our department has done, in our borough, has done a great job trying to, implementing that. So we do ask for patience and grace as we go through this. It's been an incredibly dynamic, awesome, but, complicated process. We've never done this before. There's so many things you have to think of. It's signage and insurance and all that. So we're ready to go live tomorrow. I'm actually meeting with another volunteer for our pickleball, so that's going to be up and running. So so far it's been great. We've had some pilots going, some rec's been starting a little bit just to work out some of the kinks, and it's been received very well from the community. And actually, we had our first event, our Boy Scout event for Ben Pierre when he received his Eagle Award, and that was lovely. Okay, next we have our Fair Share Housing. We're going into closed session today. Our planner, Ed Snikus, is here, and we're going to talk about our fourth round. Our experts have been working tirelessly around the clock with us, and I'm sure every other town, because there is this very tight deadline. That's why Ed looks so sleepy over there. Have a deadline of January 31st. It's a very, very aggressive deadline, and we're doing everything that we can to be very fair, looking through all the numbers and calculations, complicated process, but we get there. So retirement, Richie McDowell. We're going to just keep on saying his name. Congratulations to Richie McDowell. He's been with our DPW department for, 30 years. Is the guru of the lake, so he will definitely be missed. And thank you and your team, Andy, for the great job in the snowstorm. I love seeing that. The streets in Allendale were nice and clean. Then they went to Wyckoff and they were all covered in snow. I love hearing stories.
Very proud.
Very proud, very proud. Congratulations to our fire department, all the officers. We're looking forward to working with them, this year and having a great year with them. So many things we've been working on. The PBA negotiations. We had chamber meeting. I had my first league meeting. They started back up, which is a great resource for me. It's a nonpartisan group of about, I'd say like 30 or 40 mayors show up, and we always have a great speaker, so it really helps. And we try to leverage that in our town. So that's great. And the concession stand, Tyler's keeping everything in check. He's our new project manager.
Yes.
We look forward to keeping that going.
It will be built.
It will.
I have to build it myself, but things good.
And then we're going to take the saber back out for the
Yeah.
concession stand. All right. That's it for my report. Now we have a presentation from Mark Savastano of the Green Team to let us know all of his work in recycling he's doing.
Thank you, Mayor, Council, for the opportunity to report the continued success of the Green Team's efforts to raise awareness of sustainable practices in Allendale. We are entering our 5th year promoting sustainability and offering opportunities to recycle non-mandated materials, and the results couldn't be more gratifying. It's important that our residents understand what we're doing and why it matters. We're demonstrating that our curbside pickup represents a source of recoverable and valuable raw materials. A perfect example is our collections for EPS styrofoam. The first reaction when we tell people that we're doing this is that they say they didn't know it could be recycled. And then they say it's light as a feather, which is true. But the truth is this is a plastic that never decomposes in landfills, and it occupies enormous amounts of space. The densified bricks that we produce severely reduce the amount of material. Our last collection in a 20-foot box truck was 800 cubic feet of material. We reduced that down to 5 cubic feet and into a brick weighing 226 pounds. So that severely reduces the amount of material that's taking up space in landfills. Another example is the plastic bags that we collect. As we created the Trex bench that's outside the library that we donated last year. The team facilitates a collection of an ever-increasing variety of items through our initiatives, and it's now grown to 12 programs, including 4 annual events. We're excited to announce that what was once an occasional collection of EPS has now been replaced by an established agreement for rotating monthly collection in partnership with Ramsey and Upper Saddle River. And we also have developed a mutually beneficial partnership with Rosler's Allendale Nursery, involving 4 of our collection efforts. And those efforts are an annual Earth Day event, which we've scheduled for April 26th this year. The annual pumpkin and gourd collection, where that material is all composted. An annual holiday lights collection that we started this year, and an annual styrofoam collection, which is what I just mentioned. We have the ongoing plastic bag collection, household kitchen food scraps that are composted in the backyard compost bins that we sell, and the rain barrels as well. Electronics recycling, clothing recycling, redistribution and reuse, X-ray and MRI film recycling. We team up with the APD during our event in April to collect prescription medicine, and also with Valley Hospital. Hazardous material with the BCUA, and paper shredding with the BCUA. We're successful because of our dedicated team of volunteers. We, of course, want to thank our liaison council member, Suzanne Lovasolo, Councilman Emeritus Jim Strouch, who continues to show up regularly and collects the plastic bags from the collection box that we have in the lobby. And also, he generously provides the vehicle for EPS collections that we drive up to Ridgefield Park. Carlton Frost, who offered his garage for our EPS collection last April. Walter Widmer, who is a dedicated volunteer. He's at every event, cold, hot, he's there, never complaining. And he's also providing storage for packing foam and holiday lights that we collected this year. Steve Rykoff, who's behind me. Thank you, Steve. And Pat Finn, who also is in the audience today, and myself, of course. I continue to enjoy the great satisfaction of contributing to the community. We expanded our partnerships this year. In addition to the productive relationship we maintain with Lee Memorial Library, in 2024, we established a reliable connection with Northern Highlands. And we continue to receive enthusiastic support from Kimberly Hayes and Tara Weiss, who's in the audience, of the Career Academic Pathways Department. They both facilitated connection with student volunteers. And Tara, I received a call from your husband today. He very generously pledged a $500 donation toward our efforts on the Green Team, which is awesome. Some of the students who participated in our pumpkin and EPS collections are here this evening. I saw Hudson Block in the back.
You gotta wave to us.
Yay.
And Isabel. They were both at the EPS collection. There were a total of 6 volunteers there from the high school. And there were other volunteers. We had a scout here, Seamus Murphy, who helped us.
Seamus.
Yeah.
Right. Amen. Diarrhea. We gotta get that.
You helped us at our pumpkin collection. And there was also another scout, Will Skripak, and Kriti Vidam, who's a student who have been helping out regularly with our collections. In fact, Kriti is hoping to establish a larger borough-wide cleanup in association with our spring cleanup in April. We're fortunate to have partnered with Rosler's Nursery this year. Bruce generously provided a location for our pumpkin and gourd and mum collection and accepted the material for his compost heap. He also provided holiday lights, EPS packing foam, and electronics, acting as a drop-off point during our holiday collections. And I lastly have to recognize the participation of our residents. Each time we thank them for participating in our collections, nothing feels better than them thanking us in return for providing the opportunity to recycle. One resident attended the holiday foam collection, showed up with a vehicle so filled with EPS that it took volunteers several minutes to unload it, and he confessed that he had been saving the material for 2 years until he found a way to recycle it.
Wow.
That's dedication. Yes. As a result of our efforts, I previously reported that we had collected 8.4 tons of material in the April spring cleanup and 1.1 tons of material in the pumpkin and gourd collection. Since then, we initiated the 3 holiday collections to recover electronics, decorative lights, and EPS packing foam. And we collected another 1,500 pounds of recyclables over the holidays. That brings the total measured weight in 2024 due to Green Team activities to nearly 20,000 pounds. And while that's impressive, it doesn't account for the food waste diverted using our backyard compost bins and the subscription program subscribed to by residents for curbside pickup of food waste by Neighborhood Compost. It also excludes the voluntary material brought to Staples by residents who have learned of their free recycling program. The Allendale Green Team at gmail.com email now receives regular inquiries asking for advice on how to recycle the smallest of household items like single-use alkaline batteries, which are collected at Staples, to the largest items like giant flat screen TVs and old CRT TVs, which I've delivered to the BCUA in Moonachie. As I hoped, residents no longer give a puzzled look when the Green Team is mentioned. Instead, they're advising their neighbors to ask the Green Team when it comes to recycling advice. They recognize the opportunity to make a personal contribution towards our more sustainable Allendale, and that collectively we're sharing the benefits of thoughtful environmental choices. And whether you view our success through the lens of reducing trash expenditures in the municipal budget or through the lens of reducing the weight of trash which is sent to landfills, we demonstrate that they're not opposing goals, that fiscal responsibility and environmental responsibility coexist and provide undeniable benefits to the borough. The Green Team volunteers are committed to the ideas we outlined in our mission statement, and we want to thank you for memorializing those goals and your recent proclamation for the Green Team. By working in collaboration with this body to provide information and opportunities to our residents and seeking partnerships with our local businesses, we continue to promote voluntary participation to achieve progress in reducing the flow of material to landfills. And we look forward to building partnerships with additional Allendale businesses as they become aware of our activities. Lastly, as chairman of the Sustainable Jersey's Bergen Hub Food Waste Committee, I would like to focus our efforts in 2025 on the opportunity to reduce compostable material in our municipal waste stream. And that through voluntary participation in an initiative similar to what's being done in Ridgewood and Leonia. There are programs which have been running for several years have demonstrated that compostable material composes greater than 50% of the weight of household trash. And these programs separate all food waste, which includes items that cannot be composted in your backyard, such as meat, fish, bones, soiled pizza boxes, dairy, and other vegetable products that you know.
Trash is very expensive to haul away.
Yes, it is. So that's why we're glad to be contributing to the reduction of those costs. In conclusion, we want to encourage every Allendale resident to be mindful of the many opportunities to recycle non-mandated materials, to share the information with a neighbor, and when in doubt, ask the green team.
Super.
Yeah.
Good, Mark.
I just want to show you one more poster. All and each one place a new date at the bottom. Mayor, I'm pretty proud of what we're accomplishing and very much appreciate the support.
Of course.
Thank you, the volunteers, the high school, Arab, all the residents.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Mark, just on behalf of the council, I just want to also thank the Green Team and our residents for their focus on recycling sustainability. And Mark, you especially for your leadership. You are passionate about this, and you and that rubs off on all of us. And so we really thank you for all that you've done.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Question,
Yes.
are you still, I've been driving around with my Christmas lights in the back of my,
Oh, should have brought them in.
I know, I'm so bummed, but so that's
He
still
had
going on.
extended it.
Box is
I
full.
did, I actually,
I know, but I travel upstairs.
Just bring
Is it
some-
still there? That's it. Oh, well, then you don't
You have
want
to
it.
wait till next year.
Do I have
now.
to wait till next year?
Yeah.
No, you can drop it off. But many residents bring their materials to the front of my garage, so you feel free to do that. I just removed the bin from the library yesterday
Yeah.
because I didn't want to burden.
I feel ashamed, but
But don't throw them away.
next year.
Don't throw them away.
No, I will not.
Hey, Mark.
This
Yes.
is awesome.
Down at the league, Tyler and I had the opportunity to talk to a company that will provide us with a container where you can put all the recycling stuff and then they'll take it away and pay us for it. So I have all the information at home. I've been meaning to get it to,
What,
but
for the electronics or for
Everything.
all recycling?
I think it
For
doesn't
everything.
cost us, I think, might be for everything. I don't believe there's any cost to the
Yes.
borough or anything. So
I actually heard from Kim, was it? Kim Oliveri?
Yes.
Yes, with regard to that. And she mentioned that something had been done to collect electronics, at least.
I'll get that
Um,
information.
And I spoke to her about the possibility of getting some type of small dumpster for people to put their foam in, because they're bringing it to the recycling center, and then we can recover it from there, so they don't throw it away.
Would you be able to at some point bring the brick?
I have it in the car,
Oh,
actually.
okay. Oh, okay, that's fine.
But I want to give a talk at the new community center,
Okay,
uh,
that'd be great.
hosted for all the residents to come.
Because
And
if you haven't seen what the densifier does to the styrofoam, it's really amazing.
Yeah. It's plastic, but people don't realize it's just plastic. It turns into a very hard piece of plastic, and that's what. This is what it becomes. Comes molding for your house, and becomes picture frames and other plastic products. So this is sold once it's densified to businesses and given to the venture. So it's kept out of the landfills, which is the most important thing.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm passionate about it.
So thank you very much, Mark, for bringing the green team back to life. And sustainability is one of our overall goals for the borough too. So you checked that box up beautifully for us. So thank you
Okay.
very much.
Thank
Again,
you.
thank
All right, Mark, one more thing. I did promise you last year that for your Earth Day event, that we would look at the possibility
Yes.
of having it at Crestwood. So if you have a proposal as to what you'd like to do for that this year,
Okay.
that way we're at the point now where we could talk about it and consider it internally and see if that can work.
Okay.
So if you have any ideas for that, just please let me know sooner. than later.
We'll be in touch.
Yes.
We chose our date and,
That's what I'm saying. So
yeah,
now is the time to plan and see if we can make it happen.
fantastic. Thank you, Todd.
All right. Is there any new or unfinished finished business? Anybody up on the council? All right. I'd like to open the meeting up to the public one more time on any item. If anybody would like to come to speak, please come and state your name and address.
There he is.
Walter Woodman, 38 Hamilton. I volunteered to help this green team first time this year. And I'd like to announce to you and to everybody in this town the unbelievable amount of work that this man puts into that organization. The material that has been collected is beyond description. I was absolutely shocked at what he has accomplished. I wish there was something we could do, I don't know what, to honor this guy for his effort and his work. Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding.
Thank you, Walter. Anybody else from the public wish to speak? You've been waiting very patiently.
Hello, my
Name and address,
my
please.
name is Ahmed Saleh.
Ahmed.
I live in 403 Whitney Lane in Allendale. I first would like to thank Mayor Amy. I've sent a letter about the Crescent Lighting, a cultural event for Crescent Lighting before the month of Ramadan, which is like the fasting and the prayers for all Muslims. So I'm looking forward to see if there's a possibility that we can do it this year, and if there is anything I can do to help make this happen.
Sure. Thank you for bringing that up. So I did look up the crescent moon that you sent, but it was actually, it was more for indoor. So I don't know if there's maybe something that you can send or
Sure.
another.
I can like maybe I can get one, like I can share a link for one that will.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Where would be the preferred location?
I was actually going to ask you that.
So would it be like in front of the library, like in?
Probably, I would think, where we do our other,
We have the menorah there, the
yeah,
holiday tree.
exactly where that is when those come down. That's
Okay.
where I was thinking as well. Does
The-
that work?
That works well.
Okay.
I'll send an option with a size that suits like the location, I
Okay.
would say.
Okay.
And is there anything else do we need? Like, is this approved, or like, do we need
Yeah.
the council approval, or?
We could do a straw poll if everybody, is in favor. So, I don't know if you've seen the emails, but the crescent moon is, I think it was like 3 feet, the one that you sent, or 4 feet tall. It wasn't very tall, but it was,
Maybe something like
yeah.
this size, like this table, this size, something like that we put outside.
And then it would be put outside, and then it's
We need to light it.
lit up like with
Yeah.
a spotlight, and it's celebrating Ramadan. So it's for a week, I think, in February, and there's song and some festival type.
Yeah, like the month of Ramadan is from the 1st of March till end of March. If we can do it like a day before the month starts and stays for the
Right,
month,
okay,
if
yep.
that's possible. So it's like for 30 days, maybe we can light it up on the 28th, which is a Friday. And it would like until the end of Ramadan, which is basically 1st of April. And then it's
Yeah, so we'll put it on the agenda as a resolution. So what we do for these type of events, we'll put them on as a resolution. I think we should, do we do that online together?
It's a better way
Yeah,
to-
just to kind of make it official, and then you kind of remember every year too.
So we'll put it on for the next.
For the next February, yeah, so that'll be in good timing for March.
very good.
Yeah, and then it'll give us time to figure out what.
Thanks so much, Mayor.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
for bringing this to us.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. All right. Anybody
else?
else from the public wish to speak?
Thanks, sir.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yes, they're not.
Please state your name and address.
My name is Mohammed Parvez, and I'm from your neighboring town, Paramus.
Okay.
I just came to know that you guys are considering the crescent lighting ceremony.
Correct.
And for last decade, more than almost a decade, we've been celebrating here in Paramus, and it has been a very good sharing of culture for us. And my children enjoy it a lot. And some of his friends from Islandale come visit us. And I'm hoping this year
You can come visit us.
we are able to visit you guys.
We're gonna be better than promises. You know that, right?
Yeah, we
Just
look
the way we roll.
look for it. And while I was here, I'm happy that I'm here today. That I heard about your green
This is
initiative.
an active council meeting.
Right?
You
Green
came to the right
initiative.
one.
And I was very impressed, and rather you can say inspired from the town. So there is literally somebody giving their garage.
Oh,
Yeah,
for the-
yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's somebody who actually volunteering here, and that's very inspirational for us in other towns too.
Yeah.
Look forward.
And
for
we have
your,
we have a special town.
Great.
Thanks for
Beautiful
coming.
town.
Thank
It is.
you.
We
And
agree
we
with
look
you.
forward to come visit you guys in your celebration for Crescent Lighting.
Perfect.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Anybody else wish to speak? Not seeing anyone? We have resolution 25-70, authorized to go into closed session. So this is a closed session where we have to discuss prospective affordable housing litigation and our municipal obligation. So this is just with the governing body and our planner. So at this time, we're going to come back and just vote on it. So there's no other business that's going to be done today. You're more than welcome to stay if you'd like to, but we're just going to come back and adjourn the meeting. So with that,
But they do have to leave it.
you have to
you
leave.
have
Sorry,
to
yeah.
leave.
Oh, that's
Have to go home, but you can't
you
stay
can't.
here.
You'd have to wait in
You
the
can
hallway
stay
to
in
come
the
back.
room.
Or we could go somewhere. We could actually go in the other room, but it's probably better if we stay here because Ed's got to present.
Please make a motion.
have council, first I'll stay with us for photograph.
Sure. Yep, you do it. And I'll do the motion. So motion to approve 25-70.
So moved.
No, give it to us.
Second.
Second.
Councilman Yakarino,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilwoman Homan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo,
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell.
Yes.
Okay, you take that picture and thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay.
All right, I have a motion to adopt resolution 25-71.
So moved.
Second, please.
Holman.
Second.
Councilman Yakarino,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilwoman Homan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo,
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell.
Yes,
All right, motion to adjourn.
so move.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 That